Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, school board members voted unanimously Wednesday night to approve the return of Powder Puff, an informal girls flag football tournament during homecoming week. The event was banned several years ago in the district after issues arose with injuries and paintball guns. After gathering over 200 petition signatures, representatives from the student body presented a plan to reinstate the event to the school board. We want it to be a big class thing to be able to build school spirit, senior class president Drew Horick said. We want to get everyone out there. It's homecoming week. We want to have a great week. We want everyone participating in things as much as possible. Horick said the organizers would make the practices and games more officially involved with the school to prevent any trouble. Measures include having practices on school property with supervisors, unlike years prior, in which practices were at students' homes with no supervision. As for preventing injuries, Horick said students involved would be thoroughly informed of the safety rules and sign a contract. Students said all coaches at the high school had given athletes permission to participate, with the exception of volleyball. After the board's vote of approval, Powder Puff practices are scheduled for 7 p.m. September 18th and 19th around school grounds, with the tournament set for September 21st at 7 p.m. Thunder rumbled ominously as Hospice of Washington County registered runners and walkers for their 23rd annual 5K Memorial Walk Run fundraiser Saturday at Sunset Park. Storms stayed away from the duration of the run, but runners and walkers did receive a cool down from some light showers shortly after the first runner, Blaine Widmer, crossed the finish line in just under 19 minutes. According to the office administrator and event coordinator Tiffany Crawford, 118 participants were pre-registered for the event and 32 registered the day of the race. Among the 150 participants, Jack Shepard was the first kid to cross the finish line in just over 23 minutes. Jack's dad, Zach Shepard, has made running a family event over the last year. Zach Shepard finished third, right behind his oldest son, Andrew, at the Demon Dash this past May. Stephanie Guire crossed the finish line with her dog Thor and gained attention for more than just her cute companion. Upon completing this 5K, Guire finished her second 5K with her prosthetic leg. I had to complete 3 5Ks to get the running blade, she explained. The mother of 4 says that she loves running but needs a running blade so she can be more active since her current prosthetic does not let her reach her full potential. Aguirre lost her leg to a life-saving amputation due to sarcoma when she was a child and has been cancer-free since the amputation. On October 1st, Aguirre plans to finish her last qualifying 5K with Hertz Donut Run in Coralville. That was the top stories. It is now time for obituaries. Christy Stevens from Fairfield passed away on September 15th. The funeral will be a private gathering. Benner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Dwayne C. Buenzo of Tulsa, Oklahoma passed away on September 11th at the age of 82. A memorial service will be at 2 p.m. September 22nd at Fellowship Lutheran Church in Tulsa. A celebration of life for Elizabeth Shuka of Ames will be at 1:30 September 25th at City Church of Ames, Des Moines in Ames. Irma Ruth McCormick of Packwood passed away on September 14th at the age of 97. A memorial service will be at 11 a.m. September 24th at the Prairie View Methodist Church. Cranston Family Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Jane M. Gatlin passed away on September 15th at the age of 68. The graveside service will be at 11:30 a.m. September 21st at Holy Trinity Catholic Cemetery in Richmond. Peterson Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Jennifer Davis of Mount Pleasant passed away on September 8th. A memorial is 2 p.m. September 25th at the First Presbyterian Church. Catherine Eileen Olgerson Kleinkopf of Danville passed away on September 14th at the age of 89. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. on September 24th at the Shiner Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Pleasant Grove. Melanie Height of Mount Pleasant passed away on September 14th. A private celebration of life will be held at a later date. Kimsey Funeral Home of Mount Pleasant is caring for the arrangements. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we'll have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have some football roundup coming up, but first, the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Areola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community. Today we have seen some great weather after a stormy weekend. It has been sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 69. The sun will stick around tomorrow with a high of 92, and then temperatures will start to steadily decline for the rest of the week. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 87. Thursday will be 75 with partly cloudy skies again. Finally, on Friday, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 67. We will see if this is actually fall this time, or if we will have another increase in temperature with a second summer. That was the weather. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
A Washington offense that had scored 75 points in its first two games has now been held to just one score in two straight. The Demons couldn't get anything going in Fort Madison as Washington closed out the 2022 non-district schedule with a 37-7 loss. Fort Madison scored the first 37 points of the game. The Bloodhounds led 13-0 after one quarter, 23-0 at half, and 30-0 at the third. Washington's only score came on a 12-yard rush by Jude Brown in the fourth period. That stopped what was a running clock after the Bloodhounds went up 35. Taven Stewart ran for 84 yards on the day to lead the Demon offense. Ethan Patterson threw for 54 yards. James Strabla once again led the Demon defense, collecting 9.5 tackles on the night. Washington, now 2-2 on the year, will look to bounce back next Friday when the Demons welcome Grinnell, who is 1-3 on the season, for the district opener. Now looking at the smaller schools in the area, number 2 Waco beat Iowa Valley 54-26. Waco continues the roll this season, picking up its 5th straight victory. The Warriors led 23-0 after the first half and scored 31 in the second half to down the Tigers. Isaac Oswald threw for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win. Simeon Rickenbach rushed 12 times for 180 yards and 4 touchdowns. He averaged 15 yards a carry in the win. Ole Stefanchuk and Cody Graber had receiving touchdowns as well. Mid-Prairie beat Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont 56-0. The Golden Hawks got their 3rd win of the year with the victory. Braden Hartley led Mid-Prairie with 11 carries for 152 yards and 5 touchdowns. Landon Sullivan and Jaron Thomas each found the end zone as well. Highland lost to North Cedar 36-19. Highland couldn't slow North Cedar. Sage Hartley Norman had 185 yards passing in the loss. He also led on the ground with 37 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Havel finished with 5 receptions and 89 yards. Ethan Paisley followed with 4 catches and 68 yards. That is the news for Washington, Iowa today. We do have some news. This show, along with all the other Washington Live shows, are now available on Spotify. That you can find a link in the About section on our Facebook. All episodes will be published there now. There is still video, but you can listen. You don't have to have your phone open. You can have it playing in the background, or you could still continue to watch here live, or if you want to pick it up later, you can on Spotify. And we're working on also adding it to Apple Podcasts. But that is the news for Washington, Iowa today. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This is the Southeast Iowa Union News Break, and I will see you next time.